I'm going to attempt to dive into some deeper topics, like when I say that there's billions of different same people outcomes. And when I say different realities, I'm not talking in a jokey way like some multiverse on Doctor Strange thing. I'm talking about you're going through your whole lifetime, and you will experience more lifetimes after this, and you'll experience their whole lifetime. And more after that, more after that, more after that. You're doing it all at one time, and when you die, you'll see what I mean. Now, with stuff like, say, did certain people land on the moon? Yes. People live on the moon. Depends on which moon you're talking about and which time you're living. Now, because you're you don't understand this, a lot of people. Because I'm me, I didn't understand this. But now because I've actually experienced it, I completely understand it, and it's all I know. Like, nobody can tell me that the dictionary explains words, because I can explain every word better than a dictionary. Every word. Nobody can tell me that the Bible explains Christ and God and anything better than I can, because I can easily explain anything that somebody says. So therefore, like, there's no reason for me to dive into any of those subjects, but even after they mention them, I'll say, well, you know, before I invented words and letters, I made them so that I could explain all of them to anyone, because I invented them and I understand it. So I can show them to you. If you understood them, you'd be able to explain them to people. Now, after I explain them to you, you will be able to. But that also doesn't mean that you'll understand all of it, because you have to start with knowing that you didn't know. That's the whole thing that people say. That means that you're going to start looking for something. Saying, I know that I don't know, and I'll just leave it at that. I'll never know. That's like giving up. That's one of the biggest mistakes that people think about this whole, the truth of reality is I'll never know. No, that will get you to stop trying if you think that. When I say that all these realities have happened, like right now, this time, does it really matter to anybody if 60 years ago people landed on the moon, or 50 years ago people landed on the moon? Does it really, really matter to them? Or does it matter to them that the people doing what people are physically doing in the world are being honest with them, instead of lying to them to keep power and authority over them? Isn't that more important than any of the fascinating stuff you're getting distracted by? Isn't it? Is there any difference between an alien vaporizing you, or a human being dropping a bomb on you, or choking you out, or stabbing you, or you getting hit by a car? You're only going to die once as this person. So why keep getting distracted by your personal ego fascination? I'll tell you why. Because it resonates with your life sentence, which is called your name. And it does coincide with the months you were born, the year you were born. The craziest things that people would say, no way, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, well, numbers add up. Letters combine into words. When you walk forward, you move forward. When you fall over, you hit the ground. There's certain things that are just going to be the way they are. Now, there are some things that are the way they are, whether you understand why they are going to be that way, simply. And there are some people who have understood this to a certain degree and tried to explain it to people. And then as life went on and they gave up on trying to explain it because nobody would listen, they got distorted. And then after they passed on, other people passed down things that they didn't understand or truly feel, but tried to explain them in words. And no matter how much you explain this kind of stuff in words, people can see it, get it, and then go, well, I'm just not willing to try or give up these things. And then they say, that's not bad, I'm allowed to. And yes, they are. But if they want to say, I am allowed to do what I'm going to do, and I'll hurt others if they don't like it, and if they don't do it, that's where you're going wrong. Seriously. Let people live. Let them do their thing. When you see them doing things that are harmful to the environment and others, that's when you step in. Other than that, why would you step in if they're not harming others or the environment and they're helping things? And helping things means on a whole. It doesn't just mean themselves. It doesn't just mean a group of people. It doesn't just mean fascination with the expense of the environment or nature. It doesn't mean that. And we can't just allow it to be that forever, or we won't have nature to supply us with any more of our fascination. Till next time, peace.